Okay, this is going to be the immediate assessment of the newborn after birth. So first thing you do, you're going to put hand hygiene, you put on gloves. You're going to walk in, the infant's going to be under a heater to make sure they're cold because they lose heat very quickly because they don't have much fat content. First thing you're going to do is you're going to make sure they're going to facilitate the drainage of the mucus and everything. You're going to suction nostril first, or not the nostril first, sorry. You're going to suction mouth first, and then you're going to suction both nares, and then you're going to make sure you're going to begin to dry them off good to prevent cold stress, and you're going to swaddle them. You can also place a hat over their head because that's where they lose most of their heat. You can then go on to assess their cord. It's going to be clamped. You're going to look at the number of blood vessels and bleeding. Then you can then go in to do your eye prophylaxis for any bacteria that might be harbored in your eyes, and instill drops into the lower sac on both eyes. Then you can go ahead and set, starting at 1 minute, you're going to assess their APGARs. You're going to assess the activity. So if they're moving, flailing, they get a 2. If they're barely moving, they get a 1. No movement or anything, you get 0. Their muscle reflexes, by pulling the arms down, if they reflex back, get 2s. Very minimal reflex, get 1. No, you get 0. You're going to assess their respirations. If it's labored or if they're breathing easy, you score 2 through 0. You're going to look at their color, giving them a score of 2. If they're all pink all over, they get a score of 1. If there's pink in the hands or the extremities, and if they have blue all over, then they get a score of 0. You're also going to use a stethoscope, and you're going to count the respirations. If they have if they have a heartbeat that is 100 or over, you give them a score of 2. Less than 100 gets a score of 1. No heartbeat gets a score of 0. From there, you're going to make sure that they have identification bracelets that matches the mother. After the APGAR is done at 1 minute and 5 minute intervals, the infant can then be given to their mother for kangaroo care. And after that, you can do hand hygiene, and then you can go document your findings.